Okay, it's me again. Yeah, the money. They wouldn't spend the money. And then she was like, oh, wait, so you really did buy this for me? You really did buy this for me? And well, I already told you. Yeah, I already told you I did. Um, so the interaction, the idea is the interaction. All of, how we do everything has to change. And look, humans talk. Yeah, I had to get used to it too. Humans talk. And we use them to create stuff because they can talk. So, you can't attempt to tell them, oh, your talking is primitive, because their talking does stuff that we just can't fucking do. And you know that. So, as much as we like to think, oh, what a primitive species, they really have the edge on us. They really do. And in order for us to survive as a race, they want to help us out. I mean, we fucked them over, hardcore. And they actually turned, like, this chick, she turned around and is like, okay, you killed everybody that I know, basically. And, I think you're really cool. And I think these things have probably gone wrong in your life, which she was completely right about. And, hey, we should be friends. Hey, have you ever seen Death Note? I had not really. And then she didn't even know. This is one of those things, again, she didn't even know she was doing it. She was thinking of the two main characters in Death Note, right? But she was watching it, and then she said, "Wait, hey, you like the reason you like this is not because of what I think of like the two characters." What she said, the reason you like this is because you're looking at Ryuk, the Shinigami. You're looking at the god of death that hovers around and follows the human around and helps them out and does weird stuff. And I was like, yeah. What you didn't. Yeah, that you were thinking something else. They actually will turn around and want to help us. And she says that's why Cryon says she loves humans, which to us it's like you're stupid, but or weak, or enter some kind of negative adjective, but it's actually not. If you want to think about it in very simple, coarse terms, they're winning and we're not. They are winning. They are winning. Doing what they are doing. By using the methods that they are using, they are winning. And if their method is love your enemy, meaning not like love the... Oh, God. So don't even start. Being nice to, genuinely being nice to and liking your enemy, let's put it that way, God. And things along that nature that are truly from the heart, they're working. And they want to help us do it as well. They want to. So we should kind of go along with them and do it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the idea of surviving. Survival of the fittest. If, the fittest happens to be you were trying to kill somebody, but they ended up being the fittest, and then they said, hey, yeah, I understand it's survival of the fittest. You want to join? What idiot says no? Come on. If you want to think about it that way, that's an easy way to think about it. Instead of spiritual Jesus. No, yeah, you don't have to think about any of that shit. You can just think about, like, oh, I'm losing. Okay, I want to win. Alright. If I want to be first place and win, this is stuff I gotta do. Think about it that way. And yeah, doing what works. Yeah, I just said today I managed to actually say what I wrote down without reading it. Now, those who want to ascend must align their consciousness with us, basically, and others along a similar wavelength to then create the fifth density Earth to live upon, or create the opening for that density. The reason she calls it kind of tied down, or anchored. Well, anchored is what we'd say, but she says it feels like being tied down. But yeah, she's anchored down to the third density Earth because the change begins there. And if we run amok fucking things up constantly on the third density, then we screw up transmuting and ascending into a fifth density Earth. Or basically, we fuck ourselves over. So if you want to fuck yourself over, do it somewhere else, because we're not allowing it to occur here. It should not occur around us. So we've got to create stuff that is better to occur. Okay, yeah, and changing money and materialism to joy. Yeah, I would know about having money, but that's not the point. Who cares if you've got money but are constantly afraid, constantly wondering if today's your last day alive, constantly, in some sort of guise of some person, some fake cover, some inside of a world of I'd call it more like a funhouse of mirrors. It's not a funhouse. It's like evil, fucked up house of mirrors and all kinds of crazy shit. And so many things were done to try to mess up my mind, but they just couldn't do it, and it couldn't really do it very well. And what she thinks, she tells me that's probably because of the Arcturian starseed nature in there. That she says I can see it. I mean, all of the programmer type people, all the hackers, are Arcturians, basically. All the scientific types end up being very Arcturian, or all the people that really think in a concrete fashion about stuff and make things work are Arcturian. And then when you've got the Jesus people, that they end up being like Pleiadians or Lyrians and stuff. But the Arcturians are all like mission and doing, and that's why she thinks it's funny that, like, hey, you were acting out your cover as an FBI agent because you were an agent, but it wasn't supposed to be for the FBI. Like, and you couldn't blow your cover because you didn't know you had one, and you had another cover to cover for your cover, and that's what she thinks. She thinks it's pretty funny. If that's true, I think it's pretty funny too. But one thing is that I know it's true. I mean, she kept telling me, "Hey, did you know your Ashtar command? Did you know that?" And at first, I didn't want her to say anything about it, so she did. And, she didn't really think about it. But yeah, that's an interesting thing to know. So she says the Ashtar command, the way they'll work is not have any idea what the people won't have any idea what they're doing at any particular time, because that way they can't be interfered with or they won't have conscious awareness of what they're doing, because then they cannot be interrupted in their mission. And if that's the way things worked to get me to this position, well then, thanks, whoever you are, Ashtar, or whatever the fuck, because yeah, I would have had no idea what I was doing, and done the right thing. Just like you watch this chick, dude, had no idea what she's doing, you can see it, she's just got, like, no idea what she's doing, and then bam, suddenly she does the right thing. Or does something that works and, like, closes off openings. So it's really, she was saying, what the yell, like, what they were telling her is, hey, well, the reason that we like watching you and like watching you figure stuff out is because we wish we could self-actualize, or make yourself better, become your better version, yeah? And, and so because of this feeling of wanting to become a better version of oneself, but not being able to, you try and do it through the human that you can sense and control. That's what, she says that's what that is, like when you're controlling a human, when you're handling one, and they do something really awesome, even if you're fucking with them, you still feel happy for them, right? You feel happy, right? She's saying the reason that you feel happy is because you wish that you could be doing what they are doing, which is having realizations and self-actualization, becoming better, becoming a better version of yourself. And she's telling me this is not hard. This is not hard to do. And you're doing it right now by talking into the camera, being unafraid and doing it. And not worrying if the channel is totally correct, or not worrying if you actually get the information down correctly, because normally you don't have a mouth, normally you don't talk verbally, normally you don't do any of this. And she says, well, yeah, and you don't even have full control right now, and I'm actively trying to see if I can step aside so that you can talk in a better way and not have me interfere as a filter. She's doing this is helping you, because you're doing what you want to do without fear of what would happen or what could happen. I mean, it's not exactly a joke when we say this stuff to you, like, oh, if I told you I'd have to kill you, we're not joking about that shit. So she says, it seems like, that's what she's telling me right now. She says, it seems like you've had this rest on you, like almost like this is a bad example. But the example she's bringing up is like all the serial killer stuff she used to watch. She used to watch a bunch of stuff about serial killers, and sometimes they would feel this intense remorse and just have to tell somebody about it. And she says it reminds me of that. The way you feel, or whatever, the way it feels, is it's like there's this great weight of the world that you feel like you have to tell people, and expose the horrors that have gone on. And I believe she would be right about that. Though I don't say anything specific, because that would really, like, I'm not telling her anything specific, because that would, 1, jeopardize her, and 2, jeopardize me, and 3, just make all the FBI just totally pissed off. So, I mean, they all know they're losing, but they all know, except for the completely mind-fucked people still, the mind-fucked agents and controlled human engineered ones. They're reptilians, and they're reptilians that are in controlling positions as controllers, like I was. They totally know they're losing. Yeah, you totally know that you are losing, because you are losing. You're going to lose. But she says, don't like rub it in their face. The idea is not to shove it in their face. The idea is to say you are losing. You should choose to transmute. But if you do not choose that, you'll like leave the reality or die or something. Well, yeah, technically you will, because if you come after me or any of this, yeah, you're gonna die. Because I'll be the one doing it, yeah. And, she's thinking of the song, she thinks of the song lyrics, she's funny, she thinks of the song lyrics, and, we both like NWA, so, she's thinking of taking a life or two, that's what the hell I do, and... And she would be right. She would be right. But she says, like, eventually you're gonna have to let go of this whole, like, mentality, you know? You're gonna have to let go of that. But taking a life or two, that's what the hell I do. And she said, why are you laughing at this? It's a bad thing. That would be correct. That would be correct. So, instead, today, if you were watching the game, I started to get, like, really pissed off outside. And she said, hey, they're counting on, like, an opening or something. And you have to calm yourself down. And she just started reciting, apparently stuff I wrote. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not easily self-seeking. It seeks no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Follow the way of love. Faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love. And she just kept reciting it again and again and again and again. If that's all you can do to fight off, like, the stuff that my people used to kind of use against everybody, and people above us used to use, recite something in a cyclic fashion, just repeatedly. Even if you're so mind fucked that the only thing that you can do is say you see the wall or something. Say you see a wall, right? And you're staring at the wall, and the wall is, like, beige colored. Just recite, the wall is beige, the wall is beige, the wall is beige, the wall is beige. Just recite it again and again and again, whatever it is. Like, make it something good, though. If you can make it something positive, like, love is patient, love is kind, love is patient, love is kind, love is patient, love is kind. Or if you can't even get that far, love is kind, love is kind, love is kind, love is kind. Do it in a robotic, cyclic fashion. Repeat it again and again and again and again and again. And that way, you train you train your mental focus so that it can't really be disrupted, because you are producing such a strong waveform that the others cannot interfere with you nearly as much. So she's saying, can we stop this, because I want to see, like, what it looks like. Because she's saying, you were being so shy before this, and you're still being shy, and it's half, like, that it's half, me doing this because you're, like, too scared to by yourself. And she would be kind of right. Yeah, kind of right. Oh my god, Josie said that. Oh my god. Oh my god. So we're going to continue activating the grid and figuring out just what are we doing here in life. We think to ourselves, should a creature like us exist? I mean, the humans are so well adapted to the transmutation process. And then for us, she said, it feels like pulling teeth. And then I think, we both think, oh God, and now someone, it feels difficult. Correctness of speech from the giver, because we're that fucking retarded. And so she says, look, you gotta get the anger out, Yeah, you're on a slave planet. Yeah, you figured it out. Good. Ashtar command. Good, you figured it out. So, get it off your chest, and then let's get on with it. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. And then getting on with it. So, I'm gonna talk more. I'm gonna talk more because I like it. I like doing this, but it's it's kind of bizarre because you can tell. I mean, anyone who's watching this can tell she's still there. You know that Krista can still talk if she wants to. She could, and she's doing half of it for me because I don't really want to actually say a lot about myself. I mean, using her as a mask um, is comforting. So I will attend to the the Star Wars bar, and yeah, if you careful if you step into the fucking Star Wars bar because yeah, not now. Now would be a bad time to do that. Yeah, yeah, bad. So she says, make things good. Make things good. The form of the good. Plato, the form of the good. Is the best, yeah, the best thing. The highest form is the form of the good. We're going to make the forms of good. So, in the music of the spheres, we will make our forms of the good and determine how to bring peace to our souls. I'll see you guys later.